Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to game number 1 between performance enhancing gyms and can't censorship. You might have noticed that I did actually have to reverse the teams because they came in on the wrong side of the lobby, but you know what? I have a button for that. I have a button to solve that issue. We do go ahead and have a lot of action going on. Dragonshire and Infernal Shrines are banned out by, oh darn it, now they're backwards, by can't censorship. We do have Sky Temple and Tomb of the Spider Queen being banned out by Percentage Gyms. We are going to Volskaya. And why is Garden of Terror there instead of where it's supposed to be? Nah! Can't trust anything. Regardless, we're going into the draft right now, so we don't have to look at that screen anymore. Hello, Malkia. So here we go into Volskaya Foundry, the map with all of the toys. This is like Santa's Wonderland. You come in here, you get a machine gun turret, you get like some biochemical emission that kind of heals everything around it. Frankly, Santa is very, very high-tech in Russia, is what I've learned from this. Sorry? My co-caster really wanted to come up and say hi. Your eyes aren't all shiny. You're not looking up. Ah! Well, that was pleasant. It's exactly what I wanted to happen. We do go and have the Lost Vikings being banned out first and foremost. Lost Vikings definitely able to get in front of people. Wait, what? Well, maybe I should resolve the last bet. How about that? I always do that when I get to the end of something. Now I have to remember who won the last game. Crump? I legit don't remember. So, whoops. Would you go and have, sorry, getting back to this, Bobby's distracting me. It's his fault. Would you go ahead and have a new Brock being banned out as well as Junkrat? I really like the Junkrat fan. Junkrat is a terror on this map. Can definitely come in and, you know, like, booping you off the point when you have to stay on the point. At least the point is big enough to not really worry about that. But we do go ahead and have Mephisto also being... Mephisto, both of those are just... looks like performance gyms are like, get the heroes that are very, very good into groups of people. Because we have to stand on a point and that sucks. We have Lucio being picked up by Shredded Wind. And we are going to have... Brandon and Jun picking up Hanzo and Blaze, respectively. Man, I have no time for analysis because they're just picking heroes too quickly. Leoric and Murden, Porky going to go ahead and get on the Dwarf. Dwarf is really, really good at Engage. Can get messed up a little bit by a lot of bodies, but they have already banned out the Lost Vikings, so probably not going to deal with that. And, yep, Bug comes over. Bug is like, I heard my name. That was actually Opera before. Hi, Bug. You can always tell because Bug has white whiskers. Whoa! Bug, keep your... So with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have, last bet. Will you get out of the way, cat? Jeepus! I'm trying to be professional here. We do go ahead and have Vala and Varian. The V's are taken out. The V's on Volskaya are not going to... are verboten. Okay, I realize the verboten is German and Volskaya is Russian, but you know what? Go with me on it. It should be okay. So we do go ahead and have Varian banned out. We have Blaze, which is probably an offlaner. We don't have a tank or a healer yet. And now we have both of those. Johanna does get picked up by Rek, Derek, and DH Valabar is going to be picking up the Anduin. Do you have Kroby coming out? I'm getting distracted by chat. I'm being terrible. I apologize. I should be much better. We do go ahead and have Spikatori. Is that how you say that? Spikatori on the Genji. So here's what I really... So we've got the Murden going to have a little bit of problem with Johanna, but the problem is Johanna is not the most able to actually keep Murden out. Murden can jump over Johanna and get to the back line, although that is going to be really, really hard for Murden to deal with Tracer. Tracer can just run right in, and there aren't a lot of auto-attack healers to really deal with Tracer, so Pog might go Poggers out of their mind. Regardless, here we go into the game. Get your predictions in. I'll go and get those up in just a second.
No, but a swap followed by a light bomb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by Entomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
So, it looks like Vol crashed, so we're not actually going to the game just yet. I'll still get your predictions up, though. I can do you a solid like that. Poor Vol. So, guys, I will be back in just a moment. Whenever Vol gets back, we're actually into the game. I don't have a lot of time to fill right now. I apologize. Actually, we can talk a little bit about it. I have to remember what the drafts are. So, Volskaya is really, really interesting. Volskaya used to be a map that the meta was very, very figured out. You always went with the Punisher and cleared the next base, because the protectors always spawn middle, top, bottom. So you would always go take out the wall and take out that Moonwell. But the problem is you can't, they're invulnerable now. So now you mostly see them just hard pushing bottom. First Punisher goes bottom and pushes through. Second Punisher goes bottom and clears out the rest of the bottom fort. And then clears out the wall for the keep. Third Punisher knocks down the keep and tries to win the game is mostly what you see. But at the same time, I have also seen them just go and knock down the wall of each place so that their opponents aren't able to run back and heal quite as easily. The defenses are down, so when someone's low, you can kind of dive after them. Again, that Tracer going to be very, very, very helpful in trying to hunt down those kills. I do really feel like Censorship is going to struggle into that Tracer in a big way. Valimar is back. So, here we go, theoretically. They're going to go and just pick their heroes. I'm going to go into the game, and I will see you in 1 second. All right, and here we come into game number 1. Sorry for that little bit of a lapse. The loading screen is something I'm always bad at commentating on because usually we have an intro video playing for it, and so I'm just like, what do I even talk about here? The answer is nothing, but we are into the game, representing performance-enhancing gems, representing the Paladins of Punishment. We do go ahead and have June is playing Blaze. Brandon is going to be on the Hanzo. Derek is going to be on Johanna. Pogex is going to be playing Tracer. And we do go ahead and have Valimar playing the Anduin. They are your blue team. They are coming out of the left side, and they are moving towards the middle. Meanwhile, in the orange trunks, we do have Death Strikes is going to be playing the Chromie. They're all together. How dare you? We do go ahead and have Sakatora is going to be on the Genji. Shredded Wind will be on the Lucio. We do go ahead and have Porky on that Murden, and Pepper is going to be coming in playing the Leoric. They are your orange team. They are the Centurions of Calamity. They are Can't Censorship. Alright, Pepper going back just a little bit. Neither team moving out to the side lanes just yet. Neither team trying to really run into this. We'll have to see what they can go ahead and get taken care of. We do go ahead and have Porky jumps in, but then jumps back, and jumps in, and jumps back. Valimar moving up here. The top lane is being taken first. We do already have Leoric down here trying to mess with this Blaze, but Leoric needs to be a little bit careful. Look at our level 1 talents. We do have Ocean Renewal on that Leoric. Oh, but here comes, just like I was talking about, Tracer comes in. No good answer for Tracer, but looks like Pepper will go and get out of here. No ganks happening just yet. We do go ahead and have Dwarf Block coming in from the Muradin, and then once again the first time, pretty standard Chromie talent. We'll have Laws of Hope, and then the Symbol Geometry. Tracer is going to go for a 1-2 punch. I'm not surprised to see that talent at all. It's not necessarily what you see at number 1 a lot for Tracer, but the fact is there's not a lot of tools on the side of CCS in order to stop Tracer from really getting... The closest you have is Genji, And yeah, Genji is okay at auto, but he's definitely not an auto attack healer or hero. He's also not an auto attack healer though. To be fair. They are moving across. Porky looking to come in from behind. Only has a direct though. Not going to be really... Oh, are they looking for it? Here comes a big collapse. Porky may be in a bit of trouble, but that is Murden. It's hard to get Murden in trouble. Murden is going out. The bomb is used. Not going to get that kill. But Sakatora, nope. Genji is immortal. Genji goes ahead and freaking teleports with a little dash and a slash. So we're going to be A-okay. And with that being taken care of, no blood so far. Both teams are level 4. Our second talent tier coming out. Doing incendiary gaunts on the blaze. Anything really, really big jumping out? Oh, interesting. Range on Ghostly Reach. I don't usually see the range being the pickup unless the level 1 is the healing off of hitting people with that. Because obviously the range lets you hit the entire enemy team very, very often. Alright, we do have Porky taking a good bit of damage, and both teams are going to be picking up their paper airplane cans. Going to go ahead and have these moving down. Sakatora moving up here, saying, Chromie, you're taking forever. I have a sword, I'll take care of this. Control point will unlock. They're not actually occupying it because you can't. With that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have Porky and Born's back. Oh, June looks for this, and yes, June will get the kills. A nice little double fire blast come through, and June goes ahead and takes out the Murden. Here's the thing, Murden takes a lot of extra damage from being hit by June, only because, I mean, June is throwing fire, and Murden has that just very, very, very flammable beard taking up like half of his chest. It's a problem. Meanwhile, though, we do have June coming in. Massive stun into the backline. But it looks like Sakatora wants to go ahead and get this. A battle of the brothers comes through as Genji does take down Hanzo. Tracer goes down as well. Not whenever they went in, I actually thought they were going to have Performance Energy Gems doing a lot of damage, but that's not. They actually don't get any kills from that because Murden was already dead. He is quite dead, yet he can dance and he can sing. I will mention, if you're trying to talk in chat right now and you can't because it makes you verify, follow the channel. Once you've been following for a day, you can go ahead and talk. And I do a lot of casting. I'm sure I'll cast something you want to talk about. So obviously you can also just verify everything, but it is an option there for those that don't want to give Blizzard their phone because I do understand that's a thing. But at the same time, I also got hate rated a whole bunch back in the day, and I don't like just letting anyone come in and start posting whatever they want. It's a problem. Pepper goes in and catches the Tracer bomb to the Keister. Porky moves in and a step back and step up. Sakatora living in the back line. Does take a good bit of damage, but Tracer just about gone. Does teleport back, but these are Storm Division players. They know exactly where that Tracer is going to come out, and they go in and wait for the Tracer to come out of hiding. We do go and have 90% on that first Punisher. Alright, we do have actually, very, very often you don't see them commit 2 people to the Punisher. And maybe because Tracer is down, they go ahead and do that for right now. Putting Murden in the Punisher, interesting. I've always heard that you want to put your, like, most gankable heroes in there, just because you know you're going to be fighting down with 2 people in the Punisher. And Murden is definitely not that gankable. Lucio, not super much. Like, maybe if Lucio actually takes a stun, does not have a lot of health point, but he's hard to trace down. Dyer in the chat, hello friend. Would you go and have Death Strikes? Death Strikes takes a bunch of damage. That's they probably run into because with your healer and your tank inside the thing, your other members just don't have as much ability. But a lot of damage onto June. June goes ahead and gets pushed back by that lovely, lovely hand of Doom and Destiny. That brings us 3 kills to 2 in favor of Can Censorship. And we do go in. Oh, nice. Anduin goes in and just pulls them out of danger. But here's the thing. Lyric is 45 seconds away from another Entomb, and Anduin's cooldown is longer than that, I'm very sure. Yep, at 60 seconds right now. Pepper moving down below. Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Band. I'm sorry, every single time I see that name, that's what I go to. My brain is broken. We do go in and have Valimar and Brandon moving over here. Once again, looking at those paper airplanes, get them kind of like lightly flying across the camp. I don't know why I call them that. It's Sparhawk's fault. He called them that one time and I just started. They're obviously made of metal, but they also go down super, super easily. I think a freaking Zergling is more durable. Zergling is, of course, only available on one map, and it's a map not available in Storm League because Storm Division characters or players are cowards. Yeah, I said it. Oh, Pog gets absolutely pogged on. Sakatora comes from the back, and I would say they have a lot of problems with this Tracer. That is not what's finding out. I did not think Genji would be that effective, but you know what? Sakatora's like, okay, Raka, this is why I'm in Storm Div and you aren't. And I'm like, you know what? Fair enough. Keep that ninja away from this man. Has just been a absolute burr in the side of the Overwatch heroes on the other side. Legitimately, the CCS has gotten 4 kills so far, and I think 3 of them are just Sakatora. Like, I don't even think it was a team fight that Sakatora got the last hit. I think it was just Sakatora. Real quick, let's just look at the damage information. So we have yeah top damage of the game, although not that much ahead of Tracer actually. They're going to have Shredded Wind. Shredded Wind is going back and forth. Storm June is trying to stay on here, and there is the big ol' Hanzo arrow coming through. Cannot stand in that. We do have Stimpor get out of the way, and yep, the turret is stolen away by June and pals. Oh my gosh, John, I'm suddenly having a flashback to a great conversation that I absolutely loved. Someone posted a really, really good meme about posting something to the tune of Eleanor Grigsby, and someone didn't know what it was, and we all just kind of died a little bit. I know that's not actually what the song is called, but that's what I call it. We do go and have, oh, actually, we have a kill onto Johanna. That's a little bit hard to do. There's a nice boot back. Valimar not going to get anywhere. No one to pull Valimar out because Valimar is playing the Anduin, and that is 3 more kills under the notch of CCS. Can't censor ship. Also can't contain savagery. There we go. I was going to have a different word. I was like, I can't say that word. I need to find a different word real quick. Up top, Porky going to go ahead and stand on the point. Go ahead and try and move towards getting another Punisher. Alright, we are at level 10, by the way. We do have the Light Bomb coming out of Anduin. We've already seen the Hanzo arrows. Blessed Shield, Bunker, and then... What did Tracer take? You can't recognize it by the symbol, so I actually have to look. Sticky Bomb, okay, that makes sense. On the other side, we do go and have Avatar, X Strike. We do go and have, oh, the time lapse talent. I believe that's what that is. We do have Entomb and also the High Five. Overtime is in place. We almost have another one. Oh my gosh, at Wits End is 100% correct. Can't contain Psychotora? I love it. I heard a funny joke in my chat. Dun, dun, dun. That does look like they will go ahead and drive their opponents out. And we will have the second Punisher coming out for CCS. Death Strikes goes in. We do have, this time it's going to be Chromie and Murden. Still, again, the Murden. I'm surprised by that. I actually thought it was, but I didn't want to say it for sure. The funny thing is, I actually remember the whole thing. Tucker the dentist, Mr. Your resume beggars belief. Ducks don't have teeth. Or something very close to that. It may not be a word for word, but you know what? That was like half a year ago, so I still want props for getting that close to it. We do go and have the top keep is or the top fort is gone, the middle fort is gone, and we are moving down to the bottom of the map right now. Wall going down very, very, very quickly. But once again, of course, you cannot actually get rid of the well unless you take down the entire fort, and that seems unlikely. It looks like they're trying to contain Psychotora. There's a big old Psychotora hunt party going on, trying to go in and get this taken care of. And there's the X-Strike trying to live, but no. Genji goes down. He can bleed. He can be wounded. But a double kill. We have Tracer and Johanna. It looks like CCS is trying to say, that is our ace in the hole, but you know what? We got a whole deck over here. But, you know, as I'm bragging on them, we do have Lucio going down. Porky looking not too healthy. There is a Entomb coming out of the Lyric. Volamar looking very, very low, and Anduin going to go down. Brandon trying to stay alive. Porky is running around, doing a non-frown. And there's Brandon. Brandon goes down. And there only Blaze is left. Blaze, they've got no health. Can you do it? Are you going to be the best ever? No. Tesseract comes in with the sand from above.
Eliminated the enemy.
So we do go ahead and have this being taken care of. Also, Dyer, I do agree Leo gives you the engage, but that's the thing. With two people in the Protector, very, very often you're not trying to engage because you don't have enough, like, oomph to really be killing people. You're trying to siege. And so usually you kind of want people there in order to protect your people, and Murden usually is someone that helps that. Granted, these are way, way better players than me, but that's what I've always been told. You're gonna have Porky. Porky moves out, does get the sticky bomb. D-Rec goes and moves back, presses the D, becomes unstoppable, but there is, yes, the unstoppable does go ahead and stop the time lapse from happening, and we do go ahead and have, it does look like we are going to have a Performance Fantasy Gyms go ahead and secure this. Oh, there's the re-engage. Bunker comes down to protect from the X-Strike. Brandon looking very, very low, was not able to get into it, but is inside now. We do have a kill onto Johanna. Big, big, big engage. Pepper looking for this right now. We do go and have a massive stun, and Hanzo goes down. Once again, there's the go back, but we do go and have a double kill. Tracer does work, but we do have the Tracer going down to the Lucio. Overwatch action, just Overwatch slaughter going on. And only Blaze is left alive on the side of Performance Fantasy Gyms. Meanwhile, we do have 3 people walking forward. They do go ahead and have a catapult with them. So we do go ahead and have Psychotora. Psychotora is back. I have to feel like when Psychotora shows up, to a certain degree, the performance-enhancing gems are just like, ah, crap. Okay, I was like, if they actually leave that alive, I am going to, like, flip a chicken. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a big problem.
Power routed to the terminal.
Like, Malby? That is a great reference. I want to use that going forward. Alright, and Protector number 3. Now, I did say before this game that Protector number 3 was going to go. You know, they're going to try and push in bottom lane. It looks like they push in middle instead because they want to make liars out of Raka. How dare? How very dare? You're going to have Pepper over here, trying not to become a Ghost Pepper. Will get out. Oh. Oh my goodness, does not quite. I love that. Almost finished them off. They were down to 54 health, but here comes Porky coming in. This is a bit of a weird engage because you don't have Pepper. Pepper is still healing, so it'll be a little bit less on the insanity. There is Shredder Wind moving forward, wants to go ahead and get this, wants to try and secure this kill. Do you have, meanwhile, you've left Psychotora. You left your freaking bazooka at the bottom of the map while you engage. Are you kidding me? There's Porky. Porky was in Stuns June. But they do know. Oh, here comes Psychotora in the Protector. Only one person is 4 on 4.5 because the Protector just counts like half a person. Porky takes a good bit of damage. There's a nice entomb. Pepper goes ahead and catches the Silence D-Rex. We do have level 20. D-Rex taking a huge amount of damage. Does go down. A little bit of extra damage coming out of that Lucio, keeping up with him. June is the next target. We do go and have Murden and Genji moving in here. There's a big old double-fisted pound coming for the Protector, and they're moving at this wall. They don't want to go for mid. They don't want to go for win. And never mind. That's exactly what they're doing. They're like, wait, Rocket, that's a good idea. And you know what? I agree. That's why I said it. We do have a kill into Lucio. Here's the engage. Protector can't do a whole lot. It's actually 3 versus kind of 2. Although, as soon as here's the weird thing. This is kind of a, you don't chase too much because as soon as the Protector pops, you have a bad engage. So it's like I don't really want to chase that out so much. Nice pull out. Pull out game is strong coming from the Anduin. Yeah, I said it. I do have dragons going through. Going to nibble on Chromie just a little bit before they expire. Alright, we do go ahead and have the blue team moving here. They have yet to actually take a fort, although this one is about half dead. Once again, Sagatora. Sagatora may have overextended here, is very much not where they want to be. However, June, they decide to stop chasing the Sagatora, although most of them do. Tracer does not want to give up the ghost just yet. Alright, move out just a bit. Very spread out fight happening at the moment. Want to be able to make sure we see everything. Because that's the thing, like, both teams, like, obviously CCS doesn't have to be as careful. They've still got all their forts and all their keeps. But very big care coming out of performance-enhancing gems. There we have the stun coming out with the Lightbound Tracer going ahead and diving in there. There's the X-Trice looking at Valimar. Valimar in the backline, and oh my goodness! So, game is over at this point, but you know what? Let's look at that one more heckin' time. Wrong button, wrong button. So with that, game number 1 does go in favor of Can't Censorship very decisively. We'll have to see what performance enhancing gems can do in game number 2 and 3, and hopefully 4 and 5 in order to combat against that. And that time stop was amazing. That is the problem. I can't really talk whenever I jump over there, not without fundamental setting changes. And I don't want to do that. I'm lazy. So, with that being said, we do go ahead and have looking at the stats at the end of the game. Number 1 hero damage will come out of Storm Brandon doing 90,000 damage. Chromie comes in with 75, and Sagatora, surprisingly, only 61. When I checked in the one-time mid-game, Sagatora was leading, but did kind of, like, towards the end, Sagatora was not able to secure quite as much. Looking at the healing, we do have Shredded Wind comes out with 82,000 healing. And then in terms of that side soak, we do go and have Pepper leading the way, 19,000, although only about 1,000 ahead of June. Look at talents, here they are. Go ahead, copy them down, put them into your notebook, make sure to win with them. Oh, I was doing the top 5 recently, can you tell? Let me not block the talents, that's rude. But, here we go, talents, copy them down, put them in your notebook, win with them, use them, just don't abuse them, and I will see you for game number 2. Interesting, I do have to say, going in, they actually have the, on 13 and 16, the Drain Hope. I'm a bit, I wonder why. Are they specifically... Because usually you only see those on, like, maybe it was just, maybe that's how they were killing Johanna so readily. But regardless. Greetings and welcome to game number 2. Can't censorship out a very, very dominant show. We'll have to see if the Genji is indeed banned out. Or if they have a specific comp, like, okay, we need to prepare for this Genji. We'll see if we'll go ahead and not ban it in order to bait them into taking it, and then we will crush it. Wait, I'm sorry, that sentence needs to be a little bit more Eastern. We will bait them into the Genji, and then we will crush it. I actually don't do accents that well, but you know what? I never let that stop me. So to go on a first ban, this is Cursed Hollow. Globals are very, very, very powerful in this map. Globals are definitely a thing to be respected. So I would not be surprised to see some priority on Dahaka especially, as well as Falstad or Brightwing. Technically, Abathur and Deathwing are globals, but I don't expect to see them quite as much. We do have... Okay, let me make sure... Okay, good. They did not reverse sides on me. We don't continue to have the Lost Vikings makes 1000%. Lost Vikings is the global. It's not really a global. It's not that they can move across the map instantly, but they're just all over the map at all times. Do go and have the Hogger. We do get Lucio being banned out. Surprisingly, okay, they're actually taking the Lucio away from Shredded. Actually fearing that more, that actually may mean the high five was a lot more meaningful than I thought it was. I didn't think they had that many stuns that they were really using, but Brandon is going to go in, or unaverted. For those of you that, you know, are used to that name, I'm going to take the Junkrat. And there is the Brightwing. Hey, I called it. Look at me, big brain Rocka over here. And so we do have the double global strategy coming out of CCS at the moment. So obviously that does let you soak for longer before you have to come to the objective. It also, like the Brightwing is a good healer in any event, and Brightwing is very, very good. So Dahaka is, and Brightwing is also an excellent conversation by itself, because Dahaka can go in and disable someone, and then Brightwing can lower their armor, and it's just like Would you go ahead and get Storm Jun coming in with the Blaze one more time? People said I was surprised to see Jun play Blaze. Apparently it's a thing. It's the theme for tonight. We have Valamar coming out with Rhaegar. So both sides do have a healer. We do have Murden being banned out by CCS, even though last time I'm pretty sure they took the Murden. We don't yet have a tank on the side of CCS, so will we have an answering tank ban, or will it be a DPS? Definitely will not be an offlaner, although you know what, it could be. This is a big enough map that you can, in theory, have 2 offlaners. Nope, there's the Genji ban. I'm surprised it didn't come earlier, but I'm definitely not surprised to see it in general. So we do go ahead and have. We still have a pickup, but you don't have a tank yet. You need a tank and 2 DPS. We can take your auto attacker or your mage, or you know what? Or you can do something funky monkey. They do go and get Porky gets into stitches. And then a 3rd global. I mentioned 3 globals that are going to be very, very, very impactful and very, very highly sought on this map. And all 3 of them we're going to have picked up on the side of CCS. Which definitely means the CCS gets my vote for who's going to win this. Because, I mean, like, hello? There's D-Rec coming out on the Diablo. And then, the Poggers coming out with Maiev. Now that is actually really, really good so far. Well, kind of. So we have the Tychus being picked up in order to answer the Diablo, who's going to be doing very, 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 if they can go ahead and get Diablo to stand still, Tychus can shred through that, especially if they go with bigger they are. However, the thing that I'm not sure what Maiev is going to do, because Brightwing and Falstad are going to stay a little bit back, and even Stitches does not really engage until someone gets pulled into them. So, I mean, if Maiev can, like, catch the hook, then Maiev can use that as an engage, but it's a weird pick from Poggies. I'm going to have to see what it does. But let's go into the game. Let's get these predictions up, and I will see you in a moment.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light
Leave that
bulb.
here. 4-man mosh pit followed by Entomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
I'm continuously pressing the wrong button because I'm dumb. But regardless, we are into game number 2. We have performance enhancing gyms coming out of the blue gate. I don't know a good,
The battle begins in 10 seconds.
Polyphony of punishment. Polyphony of, you know, I'm not even going to do it. June is playing Blaze. We do go ahead and have Pogex on the Maiev. Rek coming out on Diablo. We do go ahead and have Valimar coming out on Rhaegar. And up here in the top lane, we do go ahead and get Brandon riding out on the Rocket up into the top lane. I said top lane twice because you know what? It's impressive. Death Strike is going to be on the Tychus. We do go in and get Porky on the Stitches. Sakatora is going to be going from Genji over to Falstad. Pepper going to be going from Leoric over to Dahaka. And we have Shredded Wind. I love the Shredded Wind skin. Okay, I'm just going to say, any of you that are Brightwing players, the little witch Brightwing is freaking adorable. I love it to death. Looking at our level 1 talents, we do start to spread across the map. Okay, actually, D-Rec is going to sit here. There's a nice root. Pepper goes in and goes back. This could be, oh, big collapse onto Pepper. Already has used the, but we do have already a kill. Stitches goes in and gets the Blaze. What the heck? Pepper? Oh, that Junkrat did the boop, thinking the boop would do the last bit of damage, and just actually saved the dinosaur. The dinosaur did not go extinct, but it did disappear. It nested on us. No one can get eyes on the dinosaur at the end. Oh, that was incredible. There's Sakatora, goes ahead and up in the top lane. There is no answering dinosaur. Although, actually, dinosaur would say, you know what, never mind. No one is up there. We do go ahead and have Sim Porky going up here. What did Porky take? Stitches did go for Patchwork Creation. So a bunch of armor, especially while using the ult. Oh, it's Chimney Horror, not the... Never mind. I was like, that's weird. It references the ult. I know, what if you take the other ult? And then I realized that that's just Stitches' D. So we're going to have both teams playing right now. We do going to have June down here fighting against Pepper. Up at the top lane, Sakatora again. I feel like they're just avoiding Sakatora. They're like, okay, the best way to keep Sakatora from killing us, don't be anywhere near them. Can't be killed if we don't see them. I feel like that's the same idea of like covering your eyes when playing hide and seek, because if you can't see them, then they can't see you. We have tribute spawning up into the top lane near Sagatora, and now Brandon. Unaverted having to fight against Sagatora. Putting a lot of bombs down there just to see who's coming up. To go ahead and have Dahaka down below. Again, of course, has the global. Is going to be able to like burrow in at a moment's notice. Although it actually looks like they're sending June down, and like obviously within this far out across the map, I feel like this is going to be a very, very easy pickup for Censor ship. She's actually engaged into it, and Diablo is actually going in on a Porky. A bit surprising. You know, with them this far out and with the ability to come in with Brightwing, I'm surprised that they're not just staying back at Poke. They're actually trying to go for potential damage, but not a hard commit. Looking at Shredded Wind, starting to move down and move back. Sagatora standing here, standing strong. Porky goes in and takes a bit of damage. Diablo does not quite get the flip. Goes in there very, very deep. Catches a lot of fireballs to the bum. Alright, Diablo, which build are you doing? You're not going for the Fire Stomp build. So you do go in and have, most of yours are charges and flips in order to heal you up, which means there's nothing to heal you right now. Polymorph comes down, and that's going to be second blood for CCS. Both of them going down against performance enhancing gems. And we do go in and get Shredded Wind. Fun fact in chat, if anyone does not know, I think, I don't know for a fact, but I think Performance Enhancing Gems, their name is a reference to artifacts, which were things that were existed in alpha and very, very early beta that were terrible. So nice call out there. They were basically gems that you could put, like you could get up to 10 gems, and like a gem would increase your health by 1%, or your damage by 1%. Or your magic damage by 1%. Thank you very much for clipping that, Malby. I appreciate you. To go ahead and have Sim Porky moving into the area. I'm going to stalk this out. One tribute. This is not going to be cursed, but it's going to get CCS very, very close to curse if they get it. I like this rotation down onto Unaverted. You know what, Brandon? I'm going to call him by his actual name, even though I think most of the viewers know him as Unaverted. Respect the name that people want to go by. See, yeah, nice rotation onto Brandon, although that does actually give a tribute over to the side of PEP. Sagatora up at the top is having to deal with these. June is in the area. Sagatora needs to be a little bit careful. Obviously, if June gets a charge in there, a lot of damage will be done. And that's why Sagatora is just continuously moving ever so slightly. Meanwhile, we do have Dahaka down at the bottom. It does look like we've got boss call being made for performance enhancing gems. And actually an answering one from CCS. They do guess this is happening. So Death Strikes and Sim Porky can move up here. There's a teleporting from Brightwing, going in and healing up. Healing magic coming into Undead and somehow actually working. I played enough Final Fantasy to know that's not what's supposed to happen. So this is the second tribute for someone. June going to come up here and try and deal with Sagatora. Going to be a little bit difficult. Dahaka is also down here. Does Dahaka have a... Alright, does not really have any talents to really help with that. Tribute is up, but we got a big engage happening up here. There's the Ancestral coming out on a wreck. Porky is back into a wall, but still very, very healthy. We do go ahead and have Diallo eaten up. Just go ahead and come out, but goes right into that bunker. Very well-placed bunker from June. And it does look like everyone will survive. Almost. Oh, actually, no, the Odin comes in. And if you have to deal with, like, the Lord of all Hell, what do? You go ahead and you bring out the biggest freaking gun you have. There's an old joke about StarCraft. You're a bunch of humans, and you have to deal with like a group of super mutated and evolved creatures of mass murder, and psionic warriors whose every thought is communicated to each other instantly. What do? Get guns, lots of guns, and that's StarCraft in a nutshell, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, we do have Pepper coming through.
I grow tired of your petty squabbling.
So we will go and have Tree coming up in just a moment.
My favor.
Just a little bit. Bum.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
We do go and have Top Fort going down to Sakatora. And Pepper nearby, but I think it was mostly Sakatora. I think Pepper was just here in order to make sure that Sakatora was not rotated in from behind. So Pepper was standing in this bush, screening for him. Porky takes a good bit of damage. It does look like they're not coming for Sakatora, they're coming for this. Porky goes ahead and goes into Stitches' belly, and there's a nice gust. Pogex is going to be right in the middle of a lot of stuff. Does go ahead and teleport to the Wisp. Going to be A-okay. Shade, not Wisp. I get confused of Night Elf abilities that let them see the map. And it does look like we're about to have the second pickup for Performance Sassy Gyms. 2 to 2 in terms of tributes. Next one will be a curse for somebody. Alright, Direct does go ahead and sidestep that hook very, very nicely. June goes ahead and moves forward, moves back. Moves around like a cataract. Oh, Dahaka does actually go ahead and clean up Junkrat. I was not watching that fight, and I definitely should have been.
Petty squabbling. Gather tribute. Earn my favor.
So we do have about a 1 level advantage right now for CCS, and of course the Junkrat is going to be down. Junkrat will be coming back up about 2 seconds before the spawns, but of course you cannot go from core all the way to tribute in 2 seconds. Even if you are riding a rocket, it doesn't work. Porky looking for that hook, looking to pull someone out of position. Meanwhile, we do have our globals out in the other lanes, because that's where globals do. And Shredder will pick this up. Direct takes a bunch of damage, and here comes Sagatora into the backline. We do go ahead and get the Ancestral from Valimar, but that may not matter. The tower is turned off. There is no defense for you here. Fighting here is just like fighting anywhere else. There's a polymorph coming down, but Pog is here, June is here, but there is a kill onto Diablo. They do end up getting that. They almost saved it. The cavalry was here. I can hear the trumpets blaring.
Red team has destroyed a fort.
By the light of the third day, and look to the east, but unfortunately, Direct looked to the east right as they were getting or as they were getting finished off.
Has destroyed a fort.
Do go and have the middle being taken care of as well. There is a nice stun coming out on the Stotches. I'm a bit surprised they keep trying to front and back this comp. And I kind of get why, but at the same time, it's really, really hard to get through Stitches. Stitches has been slowly getting patchwork creation. Oh wait, that's not the globe quest. You know what? Shut my mouth. Both teams do look like they're going for their camps real quick, try and get this taken care of. Sakatora moves in. There's a nice little bit of lightning blasting to get this taken care of. So this is going to threaten top keep, but meanwhile this boss should most likely get bottom keep, unless a very committed defense happens. You're going to have a big rotation coming up here to stop this one. They do realize it's on keep. They need to make sure it gets taken down pretty quickly. Here's Junkrat clearing out these supporting guys. He says, I want to make sure cannonballs are hitting you. There's still one tower up, although it's on its last legs is saying it mildly, has 129 health. And boop! Meanwhile, we do on CCS. Porky gone ahead and moved direct, saying, hey, you don't have souls this time, my friend. A bit of damage coming through. We do go and have the middle keep is most likely going to fall for this. Top one was saved from the boss, but the enemy boss, okay, enemy boss just go down right on this one. We do have a kill onto the Junkrat. Pog is going ahead and being looked at by Sakatora real quick. A lot of damage going through. There is a teleport, and Pog will go and get out of there. But they are on core at the moment. We're going to try and end this. There are 2 people down. They might be able to do it. Pog gets a bunch of damage. Here goes Brightwing coming in, but there's no one to save Death Strikes. Death Strikes take a huge bit of damage. Pog looking at this. Goes ahead and is in the backline. Silence comes out. There is a stun, and we do have the Tychus going down. So there is a counter kill. There is a life in the sales of Performance Enhancing Gems. Pepper goes ahead and gets flipped around. Go ahead, not a ghost pepper this time, more of a dead pepper. Alright, and they are still here. They're looking for this. They're chasing them all the way back to their fort. I don't think they'll get anyone else unless they really, really, really commit to this. You know, they do have a camp pushing up top, but I can't go anywhere because here was a big commit coming in, and it looks like, yeah, you guys stuck around, you weren't sure what to do, and you know what? It looks like CCS knew exactly what they wanted to do. They wanted to engage. Pog take a bunch of damage, just go ahead and get out of the danger zone for the time being. There is the cannon is going in lowering armor, but there is the bunker coming down. Goes in and gives them a place to go. Brightwing gets taken out. There's a big Riptide catches a lot of the enemy team. Pork is taking a bunch of damage, but there is Volamar going ahead. They're still underneath this tower, and it does look like we're going to have a disengage coming from Performance Enhancing Gems. There is Diablo being taken out as well. Exactly what you want to see. I like Porky's position here, although he doesn't have anyone nearby to really back them up. There is Pog, goes ahead and moves back. Not going to get picked out just yet, but there is the hook. Nice jump, just in case. Was not 1,000% sure they'd be out of the hitbox of that. Hitboxes can be a little weird, especially by Ev, I've noticed. Although I think the worst hitboxes are Imperious. Like, there are times that spear 1,000% misses, and then it's just like, oh, okay. The game disagrees. Sakatora, that is not where you want to be. But there's a wind tunnel coming out. Goes ahead and just does not let them move. And Sakatora will actually survive. I don't think that's legit. I think that's some sort of bug. Sakatora should have been dead to rights 1,000 times. But instead it is Diablo that goes down. Start your engines. June trying to get out of here, but June will not go. There are 3 down, and it looks like game number 2 is going to go in favor of CCS. Junkrat just booped them into their house. Like, hey, you want to go home? And the house is like, no, get out of my house. And with that, game number 2 is won by CCS. Can't censorship. Wrong button every time, I swear. Regardless, we do go ahead in terms of damage. We have Death Strikes leads the way. Granted, Tychus, when there is a Diablo on the other team, as long as you can actually get some damage, it's not hard to lead the damage charts. It's actually very, very, very easy. We have False Head coming out from Sakatora being 50,000, and then Brandon comes out with 33. Looking in terms of the healing, we have Volamar with almost 80,000, just 300 shy of 80,000 on that there Rhaegar with the Ancestral. And then in terms of the Soak, we do have Pepper leading the way, 14,000 in terms of the Soak Biscuits. Talents, we got those. Looking very, very, very quickly. So to go ahead and have Tissue Regeneration, so... Oh, interestingly, so did not go race car build despite the size of this map. Did want to make sure they could stay in fights a little bit longer. We do have the Lurker Strain. We saw that halfway through the game. Feeding Frenzy wants to be able to tongue more often. We go and have Isolation, Primal Rage. So yeah, attack damage. faster burrowing, be able to move around in case you get into a bad situation, and then continue. Okay, cool. Blades I don't really play as much. Collision course, not surprising. Incinerator, yep. Adrenaline, alright. Basically exactly the build I go. We don't know what 20 is though, so don't hold me to that. But regardless, I will see you for game number 3. This is a best of 5, as it says at the top. Or no, it actually doesn't. But hey, it's a best of 5. Be aware. Oh. Actually, before I go, do not forget, this is the last day to sign up for qualifier number 1 of the Heroes Invitational. Or the Heroes International. I will put up some information on the next screen, but be aware, go to the website, sign up, do not miss the chance. There are only 3 qualifiers, and number 3 is a, like, best of from the first 2. So you've actually only got 2 chances to get in there. Do not miss your opportunity. So this is okay. Actually, who picked this? This is the big question. Do we have first pick? I did not actually look to see where we were going to go. Mommy, what are you talking about? The bed's totally closed out. You're insane. Weirdo. Would you go and have Towers of Doom? Now, we do have first pick coming this side of Performance Fantasy Gyms. So here's the thing. Towers of Doom is always the map you go to for an epic final confrontation in a series. So the fact that CCS has chosen to come to Towers of Doom is them making a statement. We are ending the series right here. This is the last game, even though it's game number 3. If Performance Fantasy Gyms does win this game, we keep going. So CCS is just making a statement that's not going to happen. We do go ahead and have the Bright Wing being banned out. Going to go ahead and take that away from Shredded. They say, you know what? In actuality, we decided we like you better on Lucio. We're gonna laugh if Lucio also gets banned here. Just like Shredded, just stop playing heroes. Can we just ban out Shredded in general? I just spoke that into existence, ladies and gentlemen. That was amazing. It was 1000% what I wanted to see. Alright, so... last time they've been banning out, last time they banned out Murdim, I think that was in slot 3? What was in slot 2? I don't remember. It's always been Vikings in slot 1. I want to say they banned out Maiev in for game number 1, but I can't remember what they used their second ban on in game number 2. I'm going to take out the Sylvanas. Because she has no time for games, and darn it, we're playing a game. So you know what, she wouldn't be interested in playing anyway, it's fine. Jun comes out and says, I want the Dahaka. You guys took the Dahaka from us, and that sucked. We were very, very mad at you. Uh-oh, I'm getting a little bit of a lag spike happening. Please, 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 fix that. Okay, good, it went back down. I don't know what caused that. I apologize, guys. I get a little scared. We do go and have the Junkrat being ticked out of Death Strikes. They're like, yeah, you guys took the Haka, which means you don't detect the Junkrat. We hate it when you have Junkrat. Junkrat just constantly make us fly around. Although, actually, our Dahaka liked it quite much. We do have the Johanna being picked up by Porky. There is the Murden coming out. Not going to be banned out this time in the third spot. And the Brandon is going to go on the Mephisto. Mephisto was not allowed in game number 1 because we were on Volskaya. There's a lot of grouping. Towers of Doom also. A lot of 4-man engagements, so the Mephisto should be very, very, very good. Mephisto is often considered to be the counter to like a double bruiser comp. We don't have a double bruiser comp yet, but if we do have too many melee heroes, Mephisto is going to do work. We're going to have the Uther being banned out. Not going to be seeing them anytime soon. So we don't yet have a healer, actually, for either side. No offlaner for the side of Can't Censorship. Oh, there I am. I forgot the camera was on here. I'm just yawning. I apologize, you guys. It's a little bit late, and I did not sleep enough last night. We do go and have the stitches coming out. Wants the world to know. So, tank ban on the side of PEP, healer ban on the side of CCS. So Shredder is going to go ahead and be doing a tour de force. He's going to be showing off first Brightwing, then first Lucio, then Brightwing. And as they keep banning out all of their heroes, like I got more. Man, I got back pockets for days. We're going to have Blaze coming out on the Pepper. Or Pepper coming out on the Blaze. Is Pepper flammable? I feel like it might be. At the very least, Gunpowder is, and Gunpowder is called Pepper, so that might be a bad idea to be Blaze. Just uses their Q for the first time and it just explodes. We're going to have Volimer coming out onto the Malfurion, and we will have Pog X coming out on Genji. To go ahead and have so with Genji being banned or Genji being picked, it's interesting. Pog X was on Tracer and then Genji punished it. So this time they just like Genji said, "Come on, Tracer, I dare you." And interesting, we do have a doubled bruiser comp even into a Mephisto. Not what I was expecting, but it is what we're seeing. I'll get the protections up. I will see you in game. Don't go anywhere.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bulb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Alright, coming into game number 3, representing performance enhancing gems. We do go ahead and have, oh my god, this is dumb. I know it's dumb, but it's coming to my head and I have to say it. The Energizer Bunnies of a non-equity. Because they're vicious. Not equal. We do have Pog playing the Genji. We do go ahead and have Murden is being played by Rek. We do go and have Brandon playing Mephisto. We will have June coming out on the Dahaka, and then Valimar is going to be on Malfurion. Meanwhile, on the side of Can't Censorship, the Soldiers of Slaughter. This is easy. We do go ahead and have Johanna playing the dang it. We do go ahead and have Psychotora playing Thrall, Porky playing Johanna, we do have Death Strikes playing the Junkrat, Trader Winner will be on the Rhaegar, and then Pepper going to be on that Blaze. So it does look like right now we've got a little bit. Pog actually moving up north, trying to deal with Pepper just a little bit. We'll go ahead and get to relative safety. It looks like Juna coming up here as well. But Pog moving back down. Poggy Woggies. They're going to hate when they watch this. Interesting. They leave a bomb on the camp. I guess in case of an invade, they can go ahead and see that's happening. Psychotora. Oh, Psychotora gets his tongue. Nice, 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 nice. I don't know if it's called a cleanser or what, but a nice Rhaegar coming in and not letting that happen. We do actually have the first kill comes to the side of Performance Fantasy and Gyms, possibly an auspicious sign that they will go ahead and give us a game number 4. I'm always rooting for as many games as humanly possible. You go ahead and have both sides picking up there. Are we going to have an invade? Porky is thinking about it. Does come around the edge. There is a sleep. And actually, they do invade. Okay, Brandon does re-engage real quick. Here is Pepper in the area. This is a full 5-on-5 team fight. They're running in. They're looking at this. We do go ahead and have a lot of damage. Pogex is moving through. Death Strike's very, very, very low. Looks like to be honest, the first one to go down. And yes, Junkrat got junked. We do go to have Direct. Direct is going to go down, but Sakatora not going to get out of here, my friend. Thrall goes in and goes down. There is Pogex, tries to get out. But trying to win right on top of that. Will we have the bite? No. Go ahead and big old claw. Wolverine claw to the back of the face as we do go ahead and have Genji going down. Porky looking very, very low. Shredder Wind does have to get out of here, but Mephisto not looking to let that happen, but it looks like Shredder Wind will escape. I don't know how many kills we end up having. I think that was 2 for 2. However, we did have a successful camp invade, though we do end up with relatively even damage on both sides. And with that being said, we do go ahead and have up at the top, Sakatora is moving up. They're actually going for this camp. That's interesting. Another thing that I'm like, for the most part, I've always said just don't worry about this camp, just focus bottom. But again, these players are much better than I am. Imagine that people in the top division in NGS are better players than some random caster. All right. Would you go and have that gentleman's agreement as blasts go through? I was like, why has that gone through yet? I'm confused. You're gonna have a Wreck up here. Wreck very, very low, as is the Johanna. Would you go ahead and have the Dahaka burrows in? So we have the 5-on-5 almost immediately as soon as that gets turned in. To a certain extent, it almost feels like you're better to fight the Dahaka with your offlaner rather than do the gentleman's agreement, because that way, you don't, you know, you're a 4-man, just to say a 4-man. Big Root comes out onto Brandon, trying to keep that. Sakatora is moving back. Thrall is using his shaman skin. I don't know if that actually helps at all, but you know what? It is a thing that happened. Do have unyielding power up to 25 at the moment. Porky goes in and takes a huge bit of damage. Just go ahead and unleash the D. There's Unstoppable. Sakatora is very much in the wrong area, and that is a 4th kill on the side of Performance Enhancing Gyms. They are looking at Pepper. They're saying, okay, go ahead and stay on top of that, but no. Instead, June going to go ahead and get this, and they do get 2 of the first 3 turn-ins. Bam. Doom and Destruction. Get it right. Alright, to go and have direct, moving around, making a sound with the sounds. There's Porky moves through, not really collapse upon, but here comes the big move down here. Wreck is looking for this, trying to get to Shredder Wind. We do go and have a big rotation coming down. Actually, not really. I actually expected to see Johanna on her way, but no, that's not a real engagement. That was a fake engagement. Porky gets nice and stunned. I'm going to go ahead and get Crispy right there. Up to 29 stacks of unyielding power. We have Subdued not yet completed. Thrall is currently at 1 stack of Frostwell Pack. Nahaka already somehow at 9 stacks. That's very, very, very fast. I'm very impressed, especially since he's not like able to move through the lanes that quickly. I'm actually super surprised to see that he went for tissue regeneration instead of enhanced agility, because he could very, very, very quickly outpace the Blaze if he can move through the lanes that quickly. Though granted, it does look like they're actually setting Porky up and not trying to have Blaze double soak, because they realized, or they assumed, that Blaze could not keep up with the Dahaka. You're going to have Thrall getting cleaned up very, very, very quickly. That's the 5th kill. Man, PEP is back to play. If you're expecting a quick 3-game series, you are in for some disappointment, my friends. I love that boot back for Pog. Pog's like, okay, well, if I'm standing here, I'll go ahead and channel it. Okay, actually, to me, it's just like a game just to see how consistent I can shift over and watch that. The game will only last until the 2 top ones are available, and then both fire at the same time, because I definitely cannot get both in the same shot. To go ahead and have Brandon sitting up here, Valimar and D-Rek getting this picked up. A little bit of a fight in the top lane happening, but not much of one. There is D-Rek, goes ahead and moves in. Very, very low. There's the X-Strike. A lot of damage coming out, and it looks like Thrall will be going down. Goes back down to 0 strikes of the Frostwolf talent. Death Strike's very, very low, but actually, the teleport runs out. However, you know what does not run out? Porky's ability to have a health pool. That ran out because he doesn't have one anymore. And it does look like right now we're going to have Performance Enhancing Junes goes and take the bottom fort. Or at least try to, but it looks like we do have respawns. They get the gate down, but they do minimal damage to the fort itself. And here's the double top I was talking about. Definitely not going to be able to catch both of these in about 10 seconds whenever they're taken. Okay, they'll be channeled in 10 seconds. They won't be taken then. I can do math, and I know that things take time.
The time is now, heroes. Claim the altars in my name.
Porky getting a little bit messed up. They are calling Pepper back. They're saying, you know, don't worry about that. Let's go ahead and see if we can, like, murder people. I actually missed the fact that Murder was over there, and then I'm like, wait, what are they attacking over here? And I scroll over real quick, and I'm like, oh, okay, they're attacking a dwarf over there. That is a 3rd kill, but 3 kills to 8, definitely not where you want to be. The CCS is a full level behind, just now getting back up to their 13s in order to match their opponents. Well, he's a little bit sad, sad to see that there wasn't a follow-up damage, but at the same time, I don't think they really realized that Thrall was coming out of the corner like that. Or not Thrall, Dahaka. Dahaka's Thrall, same hero, right? Alright, there's Porky. Porky comes in, and then moves right back. Nice Riptide comes out, catches a lot of people. We do gonna have the bunker going down. We do gonna have Valimar in the back line. Porky looking very, very, very worse for wear. We already have Junkrat down. Man, PEP definitely has CCS's number this game. They do look at Thrall. Thrall is supposed to be a little bit more difficult, but not showing it this game. 5-man crush team comes in here. We do go in now, but they don't want the ultra yet. They want to go ahead and secure this. They want the pumpkins. Pumpkins do go in and rush in. They're not going to get the pumpkin shots. They will get 5 shots going in, knocking their opponents down to 15 core health. But remember, this is the map of comebacks. CCS is definitely not out of it. CCS is losing, but they're not lost.
I am Lord of this realm, and it will not be stolen from me.
Duco now direct coming down here. Comes in for the flank. Massive damage coming on to... And oh my, sleeping as well. Death Strikes just gets absolutely obliterated. Skull Missile to the face. Skull Missile to the skull. And weirdly enough, the Skull Missile explodes and the skull also explodes. I wonder if that's why they call it a Skull Missile.
Center. Use it well.
What? I mean, I knew I could do that. I've opened my tunnel as well.
Alright, Poggy looking for this. There is the stun. Here's a bunch of people coming in. X-Strike goes in, is used to get Genji out of there. There is the Bloodlust coming in. Mephisto is not here yet, but Thrall is already down. Pepper gonna go ahead and move out here real quick. So it looks like they will only actually end up losing the Thrall in this. I think Porky, well, as I say that, how did Porky not finish Punish by then? Like, all 3 of them were, like, literally bumping and grinding against them. There goes Junkrat one more time. A lot of damage on the Pogex. Pogex may go down. No? Pogex should have gone down.
Activate them.
Yeah, they just end up with the double bruiser into Mephisto. Mephisto is just making it so that they don't have quite enough kill pressure. They can't stay in the fight very, very long. There's Pepper goes in, Pepper goes against the stun, but there's no follow-up. Here's Johanna. Man, this feels like Storm League tilt happening right now. We do have Mephisto going down. Okay. I'm sorry I doubted you. Here's Porky getting things done.
Hero slain. The altar is ours.
Okay. I think that may be a sign of surrender. Porky's just like, yeah, we're done. But it's like the rest of CCS does want to try and get themselves a dwarf. Porky coming over here, both tanks very, very low. So D-Rec will get out of here for the time being. Porky does go ahead and get taken out. D-Rec not going to be able to get finished off. Shredderwind trying to get out of here. Alright, we do go and have the Riptide coming out, looking for some advantageousness. Boss is, of course, victory condition for performance-enhancing gems. Alright, we do go and have a double kill. PEP goes up to 20-6. Make that 22-6. Was Pog down at single-digit health? Is that what I just saw? I may have just seen that. I'm not positive. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have a game number 3 being resolved. We do have a game number 4, ladies and gentlemen, and we're not done yet. We do have game 3 being resolved in favor of performance-enhancing gems. We do go ahead and get in terms of the damage. Brandon does lead the way in damage. Do go ahead and get exactly... Basically, that was Brandon's Christmas. It's like, oh, I went Mephisto and you double bruisered into me. Thank you so much. Pog does come out with 55,000 and Junkrat with 54. In terms of the healing, we do have Volumar healing for 95,000 damage. That's crucial. That is almost 2 of these together. Like, these two together are 115,000, which is only 20,000 more than Voldemort healed by himself. In terms of, June does lead the soak race, 18,000 to 17,000. Talents, we got them. And I will see you in game number 3. Don't go anywhere. Okay, I'm a little confused because I didn't see one of the teams say that they were ready. I don't know that we're actually drafting. Maybe they whispered, or like I don't know. We'll have to see if like the draft is canceled out real quick. But regardless, we are here on Battlefield of Eternity, and man, yep, CCS is just terrified of the Vikings. It's all the fuzziness at one time. They're just like, that is too much. That is too much. Handlebar mustaches make them think of like biker gangs, and they grew up around really scary biker gangs. They're just like, I can't do it. So Shredded Wind continues to be the priority for banning on the side of PEP or PEG. Their icon messes me up continuously. I do not blame them for the Junkrat ban. The Junkrat was definitely the burr in their side in game number 2 or game number 3. I'm still not used to doing best of 5, so the fact that we're playing, I'm like, okay, the last game must have been ban number 2, or we wouldn't still be playing.
With every death comes honor. With honor, redemption.
So Sakatora goes from Genji in game 1 to Hanzo in game 2. I think Sakatora just has a thing for Shimada brothers. The brothers Shimada. What a wonderful phrase. We do go ahead and have Brandon coming out with Li Ming, and then Rek once again on Murden. Murden worked really well for them last time. Let's go ahead and keep it up. So we have that taken care of. Now looking at this, the real question that we always have to ask when looking at this map is, are they going for race, or are they going for team fight, or are they going for a hybrid? Li Ming can be a good race hero, but you have to build into her, which means you have to like not do the most popular Ling builds. You do go ahead and have Blaze and Rhaegar coming out from Wind and Pepper, not in that order. Shredded Wind will go ahead, and so that's interesting. Shredded Wind actually not having to go to a 4th healer. I want to see Shredded Wind's whole like stock. Diablo does get banned out on the side of Peg. This must be my mom's name is actually Peggy, and so every single time I say Peg, I'm just like, wait, what, huh? I'm confused. Do you have another ban coming out? The team of Performance Fantasy Gyms does not yet have a healer or an offlaner. And you theoretically already have a Blaze, so who does Blaze not want to run into? Or what healer are you worried about? But nope, they say, you know what? The Genji we weren't as scared of, but with Hanzo, or with Sakatora already going Hanzo, we don't want you to have a Tracer.
Grant us strength.
Alright, so we have a battle of the brothers going on right now. Between Hanzo and Genji. We have Malfurion. Can we get Illidan? Can we go ahead and make this thematic? Probably not, probably not, probably not. Trying to remember the other families in Here's the Storm. Obviously, the like Lords of Hell are all brothers.
The hunt is on.
So Mephisto and Diablo are technically brothers. And then you do have Chen and Lily, who are related. You're going to have Tyrael coming out from Porky. Very interesting take, very unexpected. And then Lunar. I wonder what their plan is for this. Obviously not going to be doing Juice Pirates. But they've got something up their sleeves. I guarantee it. Interesting. Offlane ETC, I'm pretty sure. More likely offlane ETC than offlane Murden. I'll just see what happens. I'll get the gambling up. Put your points where your mouth is. And I'll see you in just a second.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bulb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
All right, coming into our fourth and not necessarily final game, we do go ahead and have performing enhancing gems coming out of the blue side of the battlefield. We have June playing the ETC. We will have Valamar on the Malfurion, Rhett playing the Murden. We're going to have Pog playing Genji and Brandon on that there Li Ming. They are your blue team. They are the Execution Encore. They are performance enhancing gems. Meanwhile, on the side of our orange team, we do go ahead and get Pepper playing the Blaze one more time. We do go ahead and have Sakatora is going to be running around on Hanzo. Shredded Wind going to be on the Rhaegar. Porky going to be on Tyrael, and then Death Strikes is going to be playing the Lunara. They are can't censorship. They are the Cavaliers of Calamity. They're your orange team. You're going to have a big old charge coming out of the Blaze, but not actually going to catch anyone. D-Red takes a bunch of damage. Porky, look at this. There's the Dwarf Hop in order to go ahead and get out of there. Tosses the Dwarven self to safety. We have Blaze has rotated up to the top. A little bit of fight between Blaze and Jun. I do think this is actually one that ETC may do better in, because ETC actually has very reliable healing against Blaze. Is not quite as mana intensive either, and can also theoretically push Blaze off of his healing, at least for the short term. Granted, to try and stop him from stepping right back onto the healing, you kind of do end up having to like step onto a burning thing of pitch, so maybe not actually worth. Big fight happening down here. D-Rec is trying to stay on here, but the camp is picked up. Brandon continuing to fire abilities over the wall. Go in and land into these guys. A lot of damage onto Pog. There is a stun coming out, and it looks like Pog will be the first death of the game. So you have Tyrael goes ahead and then dispenses justice against the ninja assassin. So Pepper will go and say, job's done here. And Pepper is really good about doing these rotations. I don't actually notice Pepper come down until all of a sudden I hear this like charge noise. So I'm like, oh, Pepper's here. So actually, barely got an experience advantage at all from Pepper coming down here, getting a camp and a kill, just because they abandoned top lane and ETC just kept right on moving. Because he likes to move it. Poor Hoppy Deer was trying to get out of there, but here's the thing. When it comes down to like beer, when it comes to beer, don't drink it while you play if you're trying to play a serious match. And when it comes to deer, trying to have like little deer hide armor against a ninja star and cybernetic sword, the ninja star and cybernetic sword have an advantage. It's just a thing that happens. My Sakatora goes in and gets that taken care of. We do go ahead and have Brandon over here, getting another camp, as we do have the Immortal spawning in about 5 seconds.
I shall purge your evil from this land, demon.
You'll try anyway. You go ahead and have, it does look like we are going for a race from the side of CCS, and Peg is going to go ahead and try and defend. Decent defense too. Death Strike's taking a lot of damage. There is Poggy moving in. There is nice June coming from the side, but it does look like Death Strike realized this was happening. And we do go and have Hanzo being the first one picked off. Did not get a lot of race done before they did go in and get taken out by performance enhancing gems. And the gems are moving up. Here's Death Strikes. And we can start to see whether or not, so we do go ahead and have, yeah, it did go the mage build, so not great clear coming out of a Lunara. Triumvirate also not the... Now, granted, I do think it's Seeker at level 7 that really helps Li Ming get a lot done here. Ratio relatively even. Tyrael does go to sleep, but Tyrell's not the big damage you're looking for. It does look like Valimar does move back. June is in the area. Who's going to win the race? The answer is going to be that CCS does win. Gets a very, very weak first Immortal. Not going to get a lot done with it, but you know what? It's better to attack than defend. You can put that on a shirt and sell it. Alright, we do have Bella's moving down. I'm going to go ahead and level this. We'll go ahead and take everything down. The one thing I'm sad about is when I'm casting, I never hear my absolute favorite and derpiest line in the video game. I can't talk about that right now. We have Valimar going ahead and getting pickled upon. I just said that this Immortal would not get a whole lot done because it had like no shields. It was the first Immortal of the game. And then it freaking takes a fort. So you know what? This is just another reason to not listen to Raka. So we go ahead and have the healer down. That is going to stop and engage. It does look like instead we have the 3-man moving up to the top. See if they can go ahead and catch Pepper from the side. Pepper is moving down, does not 100% know these guys are here. Well, it does look like they will pass like ships of the night. Alright, we do go ahead and have the top camp. Being taken by CCS right now. They are a little bit ahead of experience, about half a level at the moment. This will get them level 9. Not quite enough for their like big boy talents, but you know what? Pretty impressive is what you look to see. There's Porky. D-Rex is going to run out. Does not want to stay in there. And we do go and have a Pog moving in, trying to go in and get this thing care of. A lot of shurikens moving out. Oh, but yeah, to get back to what I was talking about before, there's a line that Bella says that absolutely like cracks me up, where he's just like, "The angel could not stop me. None of you can." And I'm like, "Sir, Diablo is here?" I don't really know about the ranking system inside Hell, but I'm pretty sure Diablo outranks you, seeing he's one of the prime evils. Unfortunately, we are always allied with the left-hand side, so we always hear Elarian. So Ray's definitely favoring CCS at the moment. Do go and have both of them kind of staging up here. Well, unfortunately, I think they want to start race immediately, but then they guessed wrong on where the Immortal would go to. June is in the area, but it does definitely look like CCS is going to win this race. I'm a bit surprised that... I guess they might have actually been down 10. Speaking of 10, we do go and have the move in now that 10 has arrived. Pepper goes in, a lot of damage going through. There's some sleepy roots coming out. Lunar going ahead and doing hippity-hoppity things. Hippity-hoppity, get off my property as they go ahead and escort Murden back to the Hall of Storms. Would you go ahead and have June? June moves in, tries to help out. Off-lane June is not off-lane as the entire team is here. The entire like U.S. Army showing up, trying to go into the takeover. There's Pepper comes in, Pepper gets a lot of damage down, and June goes down. We're having steak for dinner, ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. A nice kind of ETC venison as we do go and have the second fort of the game going down to the assault of CCS. With that being said, we do go and have Pepper leading the way. Lots of fire damage going in there. Bella's going to go ahead and knock this down. The wall is down. Lots of damage is being done to both towers at this point. Towers are down, and we are on to keep. Everyone is back up. I do not know if we can actually push into keep. I would guess we probably can't, but I may be 100% incorrect. They do go ahead and get a kill onto Pepper. Pepper is now back to being a ghost Pepper. Yeah, I know the joke doesn't work quite as well without Pepper being Leoric, but you know what? At least Pepper went out in a blaze of glory. They're in the bottom camp. This will get scouted out by Lunara, and the rest of the team is there. They won't stop it, but will they be able to collapse? Signs point to no, they're not 100% sure where everyone is, so they decide not to go for the engage. We do go and have Sagatora goes in. I just want to clear this out. They did lose a little bit of experience to their opponents for them picking that camp up. Meanwhile, their opponents are up. I'm a bit surprised that, but at the same time, like, no one really has an advantage. They do go in. So they're going to get this top camp. Definitely Pepper not going to be able to do anything about that. Oh, nice, nice, nice. We do have Pepper delaying the backs real quick. Goes in and gives their team time to go and get in here and get stuff done. They do have ATC down. It's only 2 versus 4 at the moment. But as the backs are not prevented, we do go ahead and have a back off happening from CCS. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead, the top camp is cleared out by Pepper. And we do have 2 seconds till Immortals are coming in. Once again, the race is on. There's D-Rec, moves out, and then moves in. Nice, nice, nice. We do have the stage side come out, and Hanzo actually the first one to go down, but D-Rec not going to be very long behind him. Trying to win super, super, super low, is trying to run for his little life. Love damage. CCS is not winning this engagement. Pog, the maximum movement master, let's go ahead. We do go and have an explosion happening onto June in a second. Catches Brandon as well, but that is a 3-for-1 in favor of performance enhancing gems. This Immortals should be going their way. Although, yeah, halftime has already been triggered. I couldn't remember. So it does look like we're going to have Blaze and ETC going down to have like little patty cakes at the bottom as the battle happens up here. We will have Larian flying up here in order to like knock down this fort. They shall march for Hell's Gates, I agree. Team has destroyed a fort. Okay, we do have a kill onto Murden. Here is the big collapse. ETC is, our Blaze is up here, although ETC is also up here. Nice scatter arrow, catches a lot of people. We do have a kill onto Lunar. That is 1-for-1 at this point, and that is going to trigger a disengage because they're still very, very full health bars on the side of performance enhancing gems. They do go and take down the Immortal. It is 4 versus 4. They are healed up a little bit. They're thinking about this engagement. Pepper waiting for a charge in, trying to go and get this taken care of. Both teams right, just knocking on the door of level 16, and Pepper does miss with the charge, unfortunately. So yep, we do go and have thermal protection as well as collision course from the Blaze. The camp's being traded out real quick as top camp is going to the side of performance enhancing. Bottom camp should go to CCS. I don't think they can rotate down here fast enough to actually stop it from this many people. ETC in the back line. This might be a bit of a overcommitment, but no, ETC is going to be absolutely just fine. Porky going ahead and being aggressive on right quick, but there is Pepper's looking for an engage. If they clump too much together, then go and get knocked in. Death Strike's in the flank looking for this, and it looks like we will have June being taken out. Got a little bit too greedy, trying to go a little bit too deep. Alright, we gotta move back. D-Rec is probably coming in here. No, does not get. Does go ahead and stop Porky, but 2 of them do go back in order to stop this top camp. Top camp is going ahead and starting to shred into this. So they're actually not in position. They still need to clear this out. They do just about get it done, and Pepper's on the way. Pepper is on the way. And with that being taken care of, we do go ahead and have Pog is moving in here, but it looks like a big aggression coming from CCS down the bottom. There is once again the June coming in with that stage dive. Lots of damage on a Porky. Porky, they looked at Porky and said, okay, kill this person specifically, and lots of damage just came out of nowhere. Lombard just go ahead and use Tranquility, but lots of damage on the June. Tranquility not enough, and once again another round of stake. To go and have a lot Pogex, Battle of the Brothers, and we do have Hanzo does help kill off Gingy. I say a bit of revenge for first game, but first game Gingy is actually the one that got like helped get the kill, so not really revenge actually. To go and have a lot of aggression coming out. Alright, about a half health. I'm going to say a 55% health. Our Shielded Immortal coming out there. Very much Clutch Ancestral. Thank you, Dyer. I'm not used to looking at what healers do.
The demon moves for the gates of
Now, ETC's gone up top. Blaze is down here. So there's a full 5-man push. 5 fingers to a fist. All coming into the bottom lane and looking to positionally end the game. Wall is super low, and gets taken out of that. We still have ranged mode Immortal until those shields actually go away. Massive engage. The X-Rock comes out, and we have Rhaegar being taken out. Lunara that is your healer and one of your damage. Porky trying to get out of here, but Porky will not be going anywhere. That is a 3-4-0 in favor of performance-enhancing gems. Bottom keep is down. Top port is down. I do not think... Yeah, this is definitely not getting through shields.
The demon's attack has failed, yet we have not seen the end of him.
Alright, bottom camp will be picked up. And so we now have no keeps left on the, or force left on the game. Only 3 keeps. Although I will mention this keep is exposed and has actually taken damage. Hanzo coming up here in order to get to even more damage. Pepper standing here being like, okay, I'll just clear this out. Gotta be safe, gotta be careful. But it does look like the rest of the enemy team did go up here. Says, no, we don't want to lose our keep. Don't get too greedy. Both teams just about to hit level 20. Roughly at the same time, I would guess. No, we do go and have a slight advantage for performance-enhancing gems. We do get Living Weapon on the Genji, Repulsion, Rewind, Cloud Freezer, and Serenity. On the other side, we do go ahead and get Holy Arena, Farseer's Blessing, Intensifying Toxin, Fortified Bunker, and Bullseye. Bullseye's a bit surprising to me. I'm gonna go ahead and poke for right here. That's the thing, because CCS can wait until they see their own immortal health start dropping, because they do have catapult pressure in both lanes, a lot of it in bottom lane. I guess actually no, in the top lane they're even. So ignore that, ignore what I said. But they can afford to play this slow. Nice arrow, arrow comes out, goes in and catches everyone. Or at least by everyone I mean 2 people, which is basically everyone, because I'm bad at math. Wreck taking a bunch of damage, was right in the middle of the enemy team, but it's going to be cleaned up. Pog goes ahead, there's the X-Strike. X-Strike does not catch people, but it does make them back off just a little bit, so Pog will be able to go out. But here is CCS, goes ahead and says, well, you know what, you guys can run away. You can flee, we want this. Very, very, very quick cleanup. This is going to be basically 100% health immortal. I'm not sure if there's any shields for it to have. Yeah, it's completely 100% shield. Hello? Big fight going in. They don't have Murden yet, so I'm a bit surprised that we actually have four stratagems going for this. Pog does going to go down. Lunara goes ahead and poisons Genji. Genji's a robot, but you know what? I guess rusts Genji. What is that? What is that condition wherever like you get like copperization? To go ahead and have Tyrael going down right quick. But once again, here is this going through, and they do have a big camp coming down. 3 catapults and the shaman camp. T-Rex very, very low, but here is just the thing getting shredded. And here comes once again, CCS backed off. They do have a disadvantage in terms of fight, but there's so much pressure on the core. Core down to 75% right now. We do go and have the Immortal still has shields, still going in here. And not all of the catapults have been cleaned up yet. 12%, 10%, there's the GG. And game number 3 and the series does go in favor of CCS. With that being said, we do have in terms of overall damage for the game. Li Ming does lead the way, 86,000. Lunar comes in with 73, and Sagatora with 71. Healing-wise, very, very even. Both healers healing their heck out. Over 100,000 healing for each of them. Valimar technically wins, but that's always iffy, because it's like, okay, so Valimar healed more, but then more damage was coming out of the red team, so there was more to, like, I always hate comparing healing numbers, because there's a lot of things it depends on, not just the strength of the healer. And in terms of the experience contribution, we do have Blaze leading the way, 17,000 versus 16,000. Oh, Porky's asking if I want to do an interview? That's surprising, normally they don't want to.
Hello.
Hello, hello. I am joined by Porky, which you guys probably figured out when I said Porky asked if I want to do an interview. But regardless, hello, welcome.
Hello.
So, first of all, very much congratulations. How are you guys feeling right now? Kind of the gimme question to start us out.
I mean, I'm feeling all right, I guess. It's good to, I guess, get our first actual win.
Oh, was the last one a forfeit?
Well, for our week 1 game, the enemy team forfeited, so this is our first official win.
Gotcha. I definitely saw that you guys were 1-1, so that's why but I didn't actually look into it, because I'm a good caster.
Mm-hmm.
So, well, yeah, it was very, very... It's funny, because it was a very, 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 like, well-executed win, although it did seem like every game was less under control than the game that came before it. Because game 1, it just felt like you controlled it from beginning to end. Like, they didn't get a fort from you. Then game 2, you still kind of, like, owned the battlefield, but they definitely had a lot more life in them. And then game 3, they clawed it back, and then game 4 really seemed to be slipping until abruptly you won. There's a question.
Oh, yeah. I think that maybe was just a bit of a style of our comps, I'd say. Let's see. So we played Volskaya. I mean, yeah, we went from like standard to like less standard each game. So I think maybe that has something to do with it.
So, first question I have, just having based on watching the series, how does it feel not getting target banned because the enemy team just absolutely looks at shredded the entire time?
I mean, it's kind of hard to target ban tanks. Like, I think obviously everybody knows I'm known for Stitches and Garrosh a lot. I think those are the two tanks that everybody knows me for. I mean, I don't think those are really tanks you first ban, especially with the heroes that are in meta now. But I mean, Lucio and Brightwing are both extremely strong, so it's not a huge surprise to me that they'd ban them out.
Yeah, they did in game 1 of the games 2, 3, and 4. They were just like, yeah, we just hate shredded.
I did feel targeted.
Yeah.
So, looking at Volskaya, like I said, was very, very, very well under control. Did you do anything specific in the draft in order to, like, set that up? Or was it just you went Comfort, and Comfort wins games?
Well, I think they they were a bit greedy with the Joe. I really disliked Joe on Volskaya, and that kind of opened us up to the Genji. They didn't really have anything to answer Genji that game, or Kuromi. Well, I guess they had Tracer for Kuromi, but it didn't. Besides that, it's like, I don't know. The Light Bomb Tracer didn't really do much because Kuromi just time stopped it. They didn't really have any other way to threaten the Kuromi or the Genji, really. So I think they were just able to do whatever they wanted.
It's actually funny, and I have to apologize a little bit, because I thought the Tracer was really, really, really a great pick from your opponents. I didn't think you had a great answer to it, because Genji, I felt like, was going to have to stay back, because no one else could really target Tracer effectively. And then, no, Genji's like, I do damage faster than you do, Tracer, so let's go. So
I mean, yeah, I think Tracer was obviously the best pick for them. Like, I was like, oh, if we do this comp, then CPX is definitely going to Tracer because he's a really good Tracer. I just think that they didn't really have much to pressure us outside of the Tracer. I don't think the Hanzo really got too much value this game. I was kind of sitting on Hanzo a lot, so was Genji. And I think whenever Tracer went on Kuromi, Kuromi would just use her damage and then Ice Block, and then Tracer was just kind of standing there.
Makes sense. Moving on to game number 2. Game number 2 was on Cursed Hollow. That was a very clean game. Both teams operated very, very, very almost in sync. It was very clear that both of you knew the map very extremely well. Trying to think if there's any real big standout moments, but I think what was very interesting to me is that very often you guys would shark around and look for the enemy team rather than setting up at the tribute. Is there a reason you kind of played it that way, or was it just you saw an opportunity?
Well, yeah. When I'm playing Stitches with triple global, I don't really want to be contesting the enemy tribute, right? Because it's really hard for me as Stitches to get in there. And if we can get map advantage, I'd rather get map advantage when tributes are on their side. And then since we got for the middle tribute, it was middle top, first tribute. That set us up. So okay, I know it's gonna be they get two. The worst case scenario is they get 2 spawns on their side and we give 2, and then so we're basically guaranteed to get a tribute. Either it's gonna be curse point tribute in the middle, or or it's gonna be our curse point tribute on our side, right? All so. Right. Since we got the first tribute, so I was very comfortable just giving the tributes and getting map advantage. Like you saw, it was on their side, I think around level 10, where I just said, okay, we're gonna give this. We're gonna look for a pick. We got the Junkrat pick bottom. We got the wall. We got wall top. Instead of just contesting the tribute.
Makes a lot of sense. Looking at Towers of Doom, it was a bit interesting. Because that's. Don't you know Towers of Doom is supposed to be the last map of a series? How dare?
I mean, I kind of wanted to do some stuff. I kind of wanted to pull out an Abathur, but it didn't really work out that well with the heroes the enemy team picked. So I think I kind of tried to pivot a bit, and it didn't really work out.
Yeah, it was funny, and I totally understand it at the point where you're just like, this isn't working, let's just GG next. But there was a point where you just kind of stood there and watched them channel a tribute.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was kind of fun. I think we collectively as a team agreed we're just this isn't working. Let's just go next. We're gonna win the next game. So I think we just collectively decided that as a team. Like they were about to get 20 anyways. Like if I stall it, they'll just get 20 and kill me, and we'll go next game anyways. So.
And then the very last thing, here on not Battlefield, you guys did once again make me look terrible because I was like, okay, so they're gonna get the first Punisher, or not Punisher, the first whatever these objectives are called. But regardless, it's gonna have like 15% shields. Like 4 minutes in, it might get wall, and you guys just take fort with it. So thank you for making me sound like I don't know what I'm talking about. Is there any like what was your strategy coming into this? I did notice that you first picked the Hanzo super early. Is that just for his race potential?
Yeah, I mean Hanzo is extremely strong on this map. The Hanzo, racing, it's really safe race as well. The arrows are of course OP. Yeah, I'd feel comfortable first picking Hanzo because there's a lot of things that I can do to protect it. Like as you saw, we could play the Tyrael to protect the Hanzo a lot. We could pick the Blaze to protect it, so I wasn't really worried.
I definitely enjoyed seeing that Tyrael. It's not a pick I see very often, and it's one of those things that thankfully you picked it late enough that I didn't have to be like, oh, are we juice pirating? So, it's an actual Tyrael?
Yup, an actual Tyrael.
So,
I'd leave the team if we went Juice Pirates.
No Juice Pirates for you.
No Juice Pirates for us.
It's actually funny, my captain says the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, those are the questions I had. Let me go ahead and turn it over to you for any shout-outs you might want to give.
I'll shout out Shredded and the rest of the team, I guess, for being cool. Yeah, that's really about it. I guess shout out twitch.tv/GTPorky. I stream my POV, so if you want to see that, you can check it out. You can listen to me talk about draft theory or comms and that kind of thing.
Also, I got to shout out twitch.tv/DeathStrikes13.
True.
Also, God Streamer.
Also, shout out to Shredded. He still owes us 4 more Brightwing games for.
I do.
Those will be paid sometime in the future.
So
I've been put in the timeout corner.
What I'm hearing is that you're bribing the enemy teams to ban Brightwing. That way, you get to hold the debt longer.
That's kind of what's happening, I guess.
Yeah, whenever Shredded makes some stupid pawn, that's 1 Brightwing game. On the debt.
Unlucky.
I would never stop playing Brightwing.
Yep.
I know, right?
All right. Any other shout-outs you wanted to give?
No, that's really about it.
Well, thank you very much for the fantastic series. Congratulations on your first win that you got by playing games.
Yup.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I will let you enjoy the after party. Don't do anything I wouldn't do.
Oh, we'll try.
Doesn't bar you from very much.
I mean, we'll keep in mind it's a weekend night, so or a weeknight, whatever.
Something is tomorrow.
True. Yeah. All right.
Why can't I? Yeah, later.
Thank you for the
See
interview.
Oh, my pleasure. And with that, we'll go ahead and right now, actually, can't counterpick stupid. The team that started the CCS org, because they won, we'll go ahead and go say hi to them. So let's go over. They are currently playing Roll1 Esports.